Good morning, student. Today we'll read class 10 science chapter 10, that is light, reflection and refraction. Here we will discuss about the magnification and the mirror formula and how we can use these relations to find the size, nature and position of the image formed when it is kept in front of convex mirror or concave mirror. So we have a relation of image distance, object distance and focal length. Image distance, that is distance from mirror to an image. Object distance, that is the distance from mirror to object. And focal length, that is the distance from pole to the focus of a mirror. How these three are related? There is a formula which is called mirror formula. 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. It is called mirror formula. Here, the present three quantities, image distance, object distance and focal length. If it is given any two, we can find the third one. By using this relation, we can find image distance or object distance or focal length when it is given any two. And another formula, that is magnification. Magnification, which is denoted as small m. This magnification can be calculated as h dash by h. H dash is the size of image and h means the size of object. Here, h dash is size of image and h is size of object. This magnification can also be found as minus of V by U. Magnification also calculated by minus of the ratio between image distance to the object distance, minus of V by U. On the basis of which relation, a question here, an object of 4 cm in size is placed at 25 cm in front of a concave mirror having focal length 15 cm. We have to find the position, size and nature of the image which is formed by this concave mirror. We have to solve the problem by using these formulas. So how to find it? Here, it is given object of 4 cm in size, that is size of object h 4 cm is placed at 25 cm in front of concave mirror. The object is placed, that is object distance u is 25 cm. Since the object is placed on the left side of the mirror, it will be minus 25 cm. Next, the focal length of concave mirror is 15 cm. Focal length is 15 cm. Here f 15 cm. But the focus present left side of the mirror, so it will be minus 15 cm. Now we have to find the position of the image, size of the image and nature of the image. Position of the image means find the value of image distance V. We have to find here V. Since it is given object distance, focal length, you can find easily the value of V by using mirror formula. Here mirror formula 1 by v plus 1 by u is 1 by x. This implies 1 by v is equal to 1 by x minus 1 by u. This implies 1 by v. Sure, 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by x. This one is the relation of image distance, object distance and focal length. To find 1 by v, 1 by u is transferred to right side. It becomes minus of 1 by u. Now we will put the values of focal length and object distance. It is 1 by f, 1 by minus 15, minus 1 by u. U is minus 25. This implies 1 by v is minus 1 by 15, minus and minus both becomes plus 1 by 25. Now 1 by v is equal to the LCM of 15 and 25, that is 75. 15 becomes minus 5 plus 75 divided 25, that is 3. 1 by v is minus 2 by 75. This implies v is minus 75 by 2. Minus 75 by 2 is equal to minus 37.5 cm. The image will be found 37.5 cm in front of concave mirror. In front of concave mirror, because there is minus sign. Since in image distance a minus sign is there, the image must be present in the left side of the mirror, the same side to that of the object. Now we have to find side, that is magnification becomes minus of v by u, and magnification can also be written as s by h is equal to minus of v by u. Now we can put the value of object, the size of object, image distance and object distance. We can find size of image here. Here address h, that is size of object 4 cm, is minus of v is minus of 37.5 and object distance, that is minus of 25. Now address by 4 is 37.5 by minus of 25. This implies address is 37.5 into 4 by minus 25, which is equal to minus of 6 cm. It is minus 6 cm. The size of image is 6 cm, but represent minus. If the size of image is in negative side, when the size of image is negative, then we say the image is forming below the principal axis. If it is below the principal axis, then the length is considered as negative, whereas 4 cm, that is size of object, which is in plus sign, it means the object is placed above the principal axis. The length is measured above the principal axis. Here the length of object is positive, but length of object is negative. The image is forming below the principal axis. Next, nature of image. nature of image can be calculated by the help of magnification. Here, magnification m is h dash by h is equal to minus of 6 by 4 is minus of 3 by 2. If magnification is negative, then the image form will be real and inverted. It is real and inverted. From this statement, it is clear when the size of image is negative, then also we can conclude it is real and inverted. Now we will discuss about refraction of light. Refraction. Refraction means when a ray of light is traveling in a medium and after that it comes to another medium. If a ray of light is moving in a medium and then it enters into another medium, at the line of separation of both the media, the ray of light will bend there. That phenomenon is called refraction. This refraction of light obeys two rules, which are called the laws of refraction. Right? It is the first medium. It is the second medium. If a ray of light is traveling in the first medium and it comes to the line of separation between two media and it enters in another medium, if both are either transparent or translucent, or if one of them is transparent and other is translucent, then it happens refraction. Ray of light can enter into another medium. Next, it comes into the second medium. At this line of separation, the ray of light will bend. Here, this phenomenon is called refraction. Ray of light traveling in a medium and enters into another medium. That is refraction. Here, the ray which is coming in the first medium, that is called incident ray. The ray of light which comes after passing the line of separation between the medium is called refracted ray. And the point when it falls on the line of separation, that is called the point of incidence. If an imaginary line is drawn at this point of incidence perpendicular to the line of separation between the medium, that is known as normal at the point of incidence. So, we will observe the incident ray, refracted ray and the normal at the point of incidence. They all are lying at the same point on the line of separation between the media. And second law, which is also called second law of refraction or Snell's law. That is the sign ratio of angle of incidence to the sign of angle of refraction both becomes constant. Here the angle, the ratio between the angle of incidence to the angle of refraction is always constant. First law, the incident ray the refracted ray the normal, they all lie at the same point on the line of separation between the media. And second, that is sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is always constant. The first law of refraction is second law of refraction. We always observe the first and second law, that incident ray, refracted ray and normal, they all will lie at the same point on the line of separation between the media. And second law, the ratio between sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is always constant. This one also called Snell's law. Now we will discuss how the ray of light passes through a glass slab. How the refraction happens when a ray of light passes through a glass slab. Here a glass slab is there. That is the medium of glass. It is made up of glass, so the medium is considered as glass. It is air medium. This one also air medium. A ray of light is coming from air medium and it enters into the glass slab. That is glass medium. After passing through the glass medium, it again comes to air medium. First, the light is traveling in air medium, it enters into glass medium, then it coming out from the glass into air medium. Check. 2 times refraction happens here. First, this one from air to glass. Second time, it comes from glass to air. Here the ray of light which is coming in air medium and enters into glass medium, that ray of light is called incident ray. It is incident ray. The ray of light which is passing through this glass medium, now it is called refracted ray. And the ray of light which is coming from this glass and emerged, that is called emergent ray. Incident ray, refracted ray and emergent ray. The point of incidence here. At this point of incidence, an imaginary line is drawn which is perpendicular to this line of separation or border of this glass slab. That is normal, first normal N1. And we can draw such type of normal at this point of incidence. It is second normal N2. Name it A, B, C, D. Here AB is incident, BC is refracted ray and CD is emergent ray. Now we will observe the ray AB is bending towards the normal. If this ray AB will pass in a straight line, then it will come in this way. If ray AB will travel in a straight line, then it must pass in this way. But it is bending towards the normal. After passing the glass medium, when it comes out into this air medium, again it bends away from the normal. First, the ray of light is bending towards the normal in this way. Second, the ray of light is bending away from the normal. Two cases are analogous. First one, it bends towards the normal. Second, it bends away from the normal. So in which condition it bends towards the normal and it bends away from the normal? First, when the ray of light passes from rarer to denser medium. Rarer to denser. Two words are there. One is rarer and second one is when it is denser. Rarer and denser means when we compare any two medium, then density of both the medium will be different. The medium having more density is called denser medium, and the medium having less density is called rarer medium. In between two medium, one must be of more density and one must be less density. If it is higher or lesser. Here, in between air and glass, air has less density as compared to glass. Air has less density as compared to glass. This air is considered as rarer and glass is considered as denser. If we consider with different medium, they must be different. Like here, glass is denser. If we compare with other materials, like diamond, then this glass will be rarer and diamond will be more denser. In this way, we only compare the medium which is considered there. What we are taking, we compare only those two medium, out of them which is denser and which is rarer. When the ray passes from rarer to denser, then it bends towards the normal. But when the ray of light passes from denser to rarer, when a ray of light passes from denser to rarer, then it bends away from the normal. Two conditions are there. First, from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal. Second, denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. So why it happens? Why the ray of light bends towards the normal when it passes from rarer to denser? Because when a ray of light is moving in denser medium and suddenly it comes to a rarer medium, suddenly comes to denser medium, then the speed of light will decrease. By this decreasing of speed of light, it comes towards the normal. So it bends towards the normal. In second case, when it is moving from denser to rarer, then speed of light will increase. Since the particles are slightly away from each other as compared to denser, the light will be easily pass through rarer medium. So the speed of light will increase and it moves away from the normal. Here, this AB is incident, BC is refracted. Since it is moving from rarer and comes into denser, it bends towards the normal. In second case, when it is in glass medium and enters into air medium, it passes from denser to rarer. It is rarer, it is denser, again it is rarer. Yeah, denser to rarer, so it bends away from the normal. So CD is bending slightly more from this normal. Now the angle between this incident ray and normal, that is angle of incidence. Angle between normal and refracted ray, that is angle of refraction. Angle between normal and this emergent ray, that is angle of emergence. Three angles are there: I, R and E. That is angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence. It is angle of incidence, it is angle of refraction, it is angle of emergence. Now, if we produce the incident ray in forward direction, we will observe this ray. It is actually imaginary ray. The ray is coming in this way, A, B, C, D in this way. But if we produce in forward direction, this produced incident ray and the emergent ray, they will appear as parallel to each other. But it will be displaced here. It is displacement will be appear there. This distance always same. This distance is called lateral displacement. It is lateral displacement. Now we will discuss about the refractive index. Refractive index, it gives information about the speed of light. How the speed of light are different in different medium. So, when a ray of light falls on any object, then how much it will bend and comes out. That is denoted by this refractive index. Just this refractive index is denoted by letter N. N1, 2. It means the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2. N1, 2. When a ray of light passing through first medium and comes to second medium, when a ray of light is passing through first medium and comes into the second medium, then how much the ray of light will bend and how we can find the refractive index of this second medium when it comes from first medium. For that reason, it is used the refractive index. Here N1, 2 means refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. And 1, 2 means refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. And 2, 1 means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. And 2, 1 means refractive index of first medium with respect to second, and 2, 1 means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. How the refractive index will be calculated? First, when it is refractive index of first medium with respect to second. With respect to second means the light is traveling in second medium first and it comes to first medium. Here, the speed of light in medium 2 or second medium. We can write here medium 2 or second medium by speed of light in fast medium. This refractive index of fast medium is calculated as the ratio of speed of light in second medium to that of the speed of light in fast medium. Similarly, refractive index of second medium with respect to fast medium. This one is calculated as speed of light in fast medium by speed of light in second medium. When a ray of light is coming from air or enters into any medium, when it is coming from air and enters into any medium, another medium, maybe air, maybe vacuum, from air to other medium, and we want to find the refractive index of that medium, then this type of refractive index is called absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index of a medium can be calculated. Absolute refractive index of a medium is speed of light in air or vacuum by speed of light in that medium. The speed of light in air or vacuum to the speed of light in the medium. The medium which is considered here, we can find the absolute refractive index of that medium. Generally, the speed of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. But the speed of light in air is marginally less, but we consider the same 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So we can find the refractive index of a medium where we know about the speed of light in that medium. We can find the refractive index of any medium when we know the speed of light in that medium, or if it is